In Heart of Nation's Capital, BVA Faithful Make Memories by Stuart Nelson. 7 photos accompany the following convention highlights. The first of 7 reveals 2 smiling gentlemen seated at the BVA convention volunteer table, labeled as such with a sign in front. The table is filled with tourist information about Washington, D.C., and BVA promotional information, including copies of the Bulletin. The man seated on the right is wearing a Veterans of Foreign Wars Life member shirt and a garrison cap. The caption reads, At left, Rex Hendricks of American Legion Post 24 and Jerry Kruger, VFW Post 609, spent the better part of the week helping convention attendees get to meetings, activities, and meals. VFW Post 609 Captain Marty Menez was responsible for enlisting the assistance of the Northwestern High School cadets when BVA members were both arriving and departing the Hyatt Regency. The second photo shows a younger lady and an older gentleman, both with faint smiles, standing under a sunlit sky in front of a dark panel covered almost entirely with light-colored name etchings that appear to be full names. Both the man and the lady are wearing convention name badges. The caption states, On a sultry, sun-drenched August 23 afternoon, Southeast Texas Chapter President and Vietnam veteran John Lee likely experienced mixed emotions at the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall, accompanied by daughter Kelly Motz. The third photo was also snapped during a convention site visit. 3 blinded veterans with white canes and hats are seen standing on a platform containing a chest-high ledge immediately behind them. In the more distant background is a large fountain and a series of pillars that form a semicircle behind the fountain. 2 of the 3 men are wearing their convention name badges, and one of the 3 is wearing a protective face mask. Faint smiles are on the faces of the 2 without a mask. The caption says, Left to right during visit to World War II Memorial, visible in the background, South Texas Regional Group veterans Wally Guerra, Martin Clark, and Gerard Valdez. The fourth of 7 photos was produced at the Genentech booth in the convention exhibit hall. 8 persons, 2 women, 6 men, are in the picture. 3 of the men are holding white canes as they pose for the photo. The blue background's white lettering says, Proud to support those we serve. The photo caption states, Left to right, Genentech's Darren Lance, Candace Sanders, and Paul Scala, with BVA's Meredith Buono de Grossa, Don Overton, and Joe Bogart. At far right, Genentech's Gary Bissett and BVA National Sergeant-at-Arms Brian O'Connell. Photo number 5 reveals 2 persons, a lady at left and a man at right, seated in chairs that lean against a wall. The lady's smile is a rather faint one, but the smile from the man is especially wide. The man stands out for 2 reasons. First, he is wearing a blue Team River Runner t-shirt with white lettering that says, Team River Runner, helping our wounded veterans. Second, he displays the bottom portion of his prosthetic leg. The descriptive caption goes like this. Volunteer Karen Hendricks, American Legion Post 24 of Old Town Alexandria, Virginia, visits with Director of District 2, Brian Harris. The 6th photo shows Joe McNeil presenting Colin Williamson, President of Blind Veterans, UK, with a large, round Jack Daniels wooden barrel head. Engraved on the piece is Jack Daniels No. 7 brand, made in Lynchburg, Tennessee, at The Ginger Pig. A gold plate at the bottom contains additional information that is too small to see in the photo. The caption reinforces the details as follows. With Don Overton looking on from the podium, Joe McNeil recognizes Blind Veterans UK President Colin Williams with BVA's Lifetime Achievement Award in the form of a whiskey barrelhead. Colin has fostered the BVA-BV-UK friendship from across the pond for more than 10 years. A similar photo to the preceding one depicts the presentation of the Maz Award, this one a plaque inside a container resembling a jewelry box. The caption states, Joe McNeil presents a surprised Tom Zemperi with Major General Melvin J. Maz Award, BVA's most prestigious honor awarded annually. Highlights of the convention are now described as follows. The BVA 77th National Convention was most assuredly 5 unforgettable days for the more than 120 blinded veterans, another 100 or so family members and caregivers, the approximately 125 exhibitors and sponsors in 41 booths of the exhibit hall, speakers and presenters, and a couple of dozen volunteers when they were needed most. Add to those numbers the nearly 200 participants in the VA BRS conference occurring simultaneously, and the result was a more vibrant exhibit hall than perhaps ever before, and a Hyatt Regency Washington on Capitol Hill buzzing with activity throughout August 22 through 26. "I don't need to pretend to be busy," said longtime convention volunteer coordinator Margarine Beeman. "There is never a lack of needs and places to be all at once, but the wonderful thing was the quality of our volunteers this year." Margarine, referred to by many BVA members as the Energizer Bunny, began serving BVA conventions in 1992. She has attended each one since then, missing out only on the 2 recently postponed gatherings because of the COVID-19 worldwide pandemic. Convention events and impressions have been reported and expressed via photo and personal accounts throughout this issue of the Bulletin. Future issues will contain additional highlights. For now, a few brief summary items will suffice. A special shout-out and apology goes to the Illinois Regional Group, whose ad for the convention program booklet was inadvertently left out. This ad is included in the electronic version of this publication. BVA extends criteria for organization membership. Voting in convention assembled at the 77th National Convention in Washington, D.C. on August 26, the organization's membership elected to align its membership policies with the VA's Veterans Health Administration, VHA, Blind Rehabilitation Service, BRS, Directive 1174, Blind and Visual Impairment Rehabilitation Continuum of Care. The alignment includes any future updates or revisions to Directive 1174. There were no dissenting votes in the adoption of a newly constructed document containing the association's bylaws in their entirety, which includes the criteria for membership in Article 3, Section 1. Votes were cast through delegates of regional groups in good standing representing blinded veterans across the United States. Individual BVA members who registered for the convention and attended the closing business session cast single votes on their own behalf. Any person having honorably served or currently serving in the Armed Forces of the United States qualifying for VA BRS is now eligible for membership in BVA. Eligibility verification may be provided by an optometrist, ophthalmologist, visual impairment services team, VIST, coordinator, or blind rehabilitation outpatient specialist, BROS. Membership criteria with respect to vision was previously defined as legal blindness with central visual acuity of 20/200 or less in the better eye with the use of a corrective lens and or a limitation in the field of vision with the widest diameter being no greater than 20 degrees. Qualifying conditions now include substantial visual impairment and or low vision defined as significant loss of vision uncorrectable by conventional means such as eyeglasses, contact lenses, medicines, or surgery negatively impacting the safety of the individual or restricting/impairing one or more activities of daily living. The National Board of Directors will review and adjudicate the membership status of borderline cases or those in which sight improves to such an extent that they no longer qualify. VA estimates the number of legally blind veterans at approximately 120,000. The number of low vision veterans is approximately 1.1 million, thus expanding several-fold the potential BVA membership base. Award recipients honored, surprised. Longtime convention attendees silently wondered where the event programs were as they filed into the hotel's Regency A ballroom for the awards banquet convention finale. The programs traditionally featured biographies of the 3 major award winners, Maas, Diener, and Schnarr. Some reportedly believed the awards had been foregone or forgotten. Breaking from tradition, the awards were actually a surprise to each recipient. This year's Maas Award recipient was Dr. Tom Zamperi, BVA's immediate past national president and longtime director of government relations. Tom's professional career also included service on active duty as an Army medic and in the Army National Guard for 21 years. He spent 13 years as a military aeromedical flight surgeon after graduating from Hanuman Medical University's Physician Assistant Program. Michonne Harrison received the Diener Award for Outstanding Service to her regional group, the Mid-Atlantic Regional Group, covering the District of Columbia, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, and Delaware. Marlene Davis Lilly of the Arkansas Regional Group was the recipient of the David L. Schnarr Award for Exceptional Voluntary Service to Blinded Veterans. Marlene now matches her dedication as a volunteer with her work as a BVA staff member for the Veterans Service Program. The gold gavel was passed to the Louisiana-Mississippi Regional Group, which added the largest number of new members for fiscal year 2022. In second place, receiving the silver gavel, was the Georgia Regional Group. Other recognitions at the banquet were the Trailblazer Award to Lonnie Bedwell, the Lifetime Service Award to Colin Williamson, and the Thomas H. Miller Guiding Legislator Awards to Senate Committee on Aging Chairman Bob Casey, D., Pennsylvania, and House Committee on Veterans Affairs Ranking Member Mike Bost, Republican, Illinois, 12. At the Thursday Father Carroll Luncheon, BVA awarded the Hunter Holmes McGuire VA Medical Centers, Richmond, Virginia, Visual Impairment Services Outpatient Rehabilitation, VISOR, program with a Certificate of Appreciation. Present to receive the award was optometrist Dr. Michael Peterson, case manager Sherry Geiger, and computer access and technology specialist Kim O'Connell. Lonnie Bedwell wows Father Carroll audience. Laughter, tears, and a prolonged standing ovation occurred as Lonnie Bedwell brought the house down with his rousing Father Carroll luncheon address on Thursday afternoon. The 2015 National Geographic Adventurer of the Year, motivational speaker, television personality, author, and member of the Indiana Regional Group related the motivation he received from his 5-year-old daughter, nicknamed Bug, as she guided him in the mowing of his lawn on a rider mower just weeks after he could no longer see. She truly believed that he could do it at a time when he felt totally helpless. Maybe none of my future adventures would have happened without Bug, and it took me 14 years to tell this story to anyone else because I just couldn't get through it without breaking down, he said. Lonnie related this and other experiences to the luncheon attendees that may have been struggling with self-confidence and doubt. My life is dedicated to others with physical disabilities such as mine to help them understand what is possible, he said. When you're in this situation, you have two choices in life: live in fear and pity, or simply live. Start preparing now for Gateway to the West. Mark your calendars, both electronic and hard copies, as reminders for the BVA 78th National Convention at the Marriott St. Louis Grand Hotel in St. Louis, Missouri, August 14 through 18, 2023. Ideally located in the heart of downtown St. Louis, the Marriott Grand is near Union Train Station, Ballpark Village, the Gateway Arch, the National Blues Museum, Busch Stadium, and dozens of popular restaurants. Hotel amenities include a 24-hour fitness center, an American restaurant and bar, a grab-and-go market, and an on-site coffee shop. The Heartland Regional Group will host the Monday through Friday 5-day gathering.